All right, so it's 9 a.m. and I just woke up. I'm gonna walk you guys through what I do for the morning to prep to go work out. So 3 hours before my workout, I'll take some tadalafil. It's not really necessary, but I really like the pumps that it gives, and it also gives slight cardiovascular benefits according to some studies. So down the hatch. I'll never get used to that taste. Ethanol tastes horrible. Oh my God. Oh, that's horrible. It's like burning my throat. I'm gonna get a chaser real quick. Drink of choice for this morning is gonna be a Snapple lemon zero sugar tea. So if you don't know what tadalafil is, it's basically a PDE5 inhibitor. And PDE5 is an enzyme that controls the expression of CGMP, which is cyclic guanosine monophosphate. And what that is it controls the expression of the relaxation of certain muscle groups across your entire body. And so there's a lot of expression, or this is going to be genetically variant or variable, but some individuals experience a lot of CGMP expression in skeletal muscle. And obviously, when you're inhibiting PDE5, which is a catalyst to CGMP breaking down, you're going to have an excess of CGMP, which is going to allow muscles to relax, therefore increasing blood flow or vasodilation. And basically, it gives you an insane pump. But not everyone gets a skin splitting pump from tadalafil. That's just me personally. I take it like 2 to 3 hours before my workout. If you want to get some, use code VIN at safesynth.research. I'll plug it in the description, but yeah. But like I said, not every individual is going to experience this pump or this desired effect, because it is heavily variable on genetics on how much PDE5 is expressed, especially in skeletal muscle, because on average it's quite low actually. But a lot of people, or a lot of everyone actually, experiences a high expression of PDE5 in their soft tissue muscles, such as like your corpus cavernosum, which is why tadalafil is like, or the cousin of tadalafil, sildenafil. I'm not sure what mechanism or how that works. I'm pretty sure it's the same, but sildenafil is one of the ingredients in Viagra. So you can imagine how that would be useful for the transport of sarcoplasmic fluids to certain muscle groups when desired. But my morning routine consists of taking tadalafil 2 hours before my workout, or 3 hours. That's gonna be different for every individual as well. Sometimes I'll have a pre-workout meal, but if you follow my TikTok, you know that I absolutely destroyed like a 20-ounce prime rib and like a bunch of carbohydrates yesterday. So I'm gonna skip out on the pre-workout meal this morning. Usually I would just eat like a Pop-Tart. I think I'm gonna film another full day of working out, like when it's like a normal day, because today's kind of troll, because like, you know, I already like ate yesterday and it was like off meal plan. But then I'll just take tadalafil, eat my pre-workout meal, go shave, and then I'm ready to go work out. And we're hitting full body today. So I'm gonna film a couple sets, answer some frequently asked questions, and we're gonna get into business here. So currently I'm on 1,500 calories right now, and it's treating me really well. This is the first time in my life that I've ever had like visible abs. Okay, so we're about 30 minutes away from working out, or that's my plan. And I'm currently scooping some pre-workout. I usually mix pre-workouts because I take extremely high dosages of caffeine. I normally gun to hit around 400 to 500 mgs pre-workout. It's probably unnecessary, but it's fun. But today we're doing 2 scoops of this Rise Godzilla strawberry mango, and that's going to equate to 400 mgs of caffeine in total. And so 1 scoop is going to be 18.3 grams. So that means we're going to shoot for
36 grams of pre-workout in total. And I like weighing out my pre-workout because the scoops aren't like exactly calibrated the most accurately. So I don't really trust the scoops. But yeah, definitely weighing out your pre-workout just so that you know exactly how much is in here, especially when you're messing around with higher dosages of caffeine, is definitely the play. So here we go. In this cup, we have 38 grams of caffeine, or 38 grams of Rise. And the last thing I'll do is I'll grab a packet of liquid IV, and I'm going to use this intra-workout. Recently, I've been liking intra-workout because my calorie nutrition protocol is like really low, and I find that there's a lot of benefit to an electrolyte pack that's like 25 calories towards the end of my workout, so I can progress those sets like biceps and triceps. So yeah, I'm going to talk a lot about programming today, but that's basically it. Since we're 30 minutes away and caffeine takes about 20 to 30 minutes to metabolize fully and to be at peak amounts in the bloodstream, I'm going to start drinking my pre-workout right now or very soon. Now for the most important step of the pre-workout ritual, we got to say bye to my grandma. My grandma is very happy sitting on her iPad. All right, so 2 scoops of Rise Godzilla strawberry lemonade. Here we go. Okay, my friend actually sold me the tub of pre-workout because he said the flavor was trash. And frankly, I agree with him. This tastes like throw up, liquid throw up, but whatever for that 400 megs of caffeine, you know what I'm saying? All right, time for the biggest hassle of the day.
Working hard, huh?
What was that?
Working hard, work harder.
Yes, of course. Time for the biggest hassle of the day. My set of adductors. My adductors are probably my strongest leg muscle, but I put them kind of earlier before my leg exercises because I care about growing them the most. I don't really care for other muscle groups. So, just gonna warm up with a full stack. I don't even know what my top set is on this. I think it's like 4.5 plus 5. For adductors, I'm particularly cautious. I don't want to tear anything, so I take my time when I warm up. I'll slowly work up to my 5 plates. I start at full stack and then I'll go to 2 plates on top, and then I'll hit like a single or 2 with 4 plates, and then I'll move on to 5 and 5 on top of that. So all right, here we go. Hitting a single with 4 plates. During my top sets, I noticed that my hips shift a little bit forward and I go through a little bit of hip extension, but before I would seat belt myself to stop that from happening so I can standardize my form, but it became a little bit difficult to hold it in an isometric while I tighten the seat belt at the bottom of the rep, or the first rep, and it was causing a lot of fatigue. So we fucked off with that. We're just gonna go straight into the no seat belt. Today, we're moving up to 5 plates and 5 pounds. This is why I recommend gym pin, because the gym pin is so strong. You can pin a lot of plates on it, and then you can add weights on top of the weights. So 5 plates and 5 pounds on top. I've never had a weight fall on me before, but today might be the first day. The constant progress never stops. What was that? I don't know. I just track like.
No, this one is 220.
Yeah.
How about this one? Pound.
It's pounds.
1990.
No, 90,
90.
90. So 180, and then
180.
190, so 200, and then 370. Thank you. Or touch the one over there.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21.
Yeah.
25.
So, in typical idiot fashion, I forgot to charge my headphones. So, we're gonna go headphoneless for the first half of this workout. So this is my first set of the day, and I'm doing Kelso shrugs. And so this is how I warm up for like all my exercises, but I will pick a weight that's kind of light. And I'll do like 5 reps. A lot of people don't know what a Kelso shrug is, and so they'll think it's like ego lifting or whatever, but the reality is that I'm just purely training the function of the traps, which is to retract the scapula. And you don't need to do a row for that. You can just go through straight scapular retraction without bending your elbow. So then I'll throw on a weight that's like kind of close to my working weight, so 1 plate, and I'll do like 2 or 3 reps with it. For my top set today, we're gonna do a plate and 22 and a half. Last session I got 21 and a half, and I did I think I gotta check the logs, but I think I did 6 reps or 7 reps with 0 reps in reserve. So with 22 and a half, I'm gonna gun for maybe 6 reps at 1 rep in reserve. I'll be happy, or 0. It's okay, you can walk past it, it's fine. Really happy with that set, or the result of that set. We got 7 reps, which is awesome. But what's next up is going to be my lats. My back overall is a weak point, so it's like completely first in the session. And I have like 35 sets to run through, so I'm here for quite a bit. Here we're training shoulder extension, functional lats, so pullover machine is good. The reason why I need a 5-pound plate is because this stack goes to 240, but I need 247 and a half. Oh, it's okay. You could. I don't really care, you know. It's a public gym, so we're gonna belt ourselves in right now with some counter force, and we're gonna do a quick single at 225 real quick. And on my warm-ups, I'm aiming to maximally exert myself to prime my central motor command in order to recruit as many motor units as possible during my actual set. And so you're activating post-activation potentiation effect, which is PAP for short. But basically, you're priming your body and you're getting ready for an actual set. I'm not really the biggest fan of shoulder extensions, so. So a lot of people will see a set like that set I just did on pullovers and say I had like a lot of reps in reserve. But the thing about that is like, I'm just gonna take this off for a bit. But the thing about that is I standardized the exercise so that the rep only counts when I hit my lap. And so if I can't get another rep where I hit my lap, the rep's going to be incomplete, and that's going to be failure. And if you're logging all your sets, which you should be doing to maximize progress, all those little things matter. And so here we're training the second function of the lats, which is shoulder adduction. So I just have a daisy chain here set up, and what I'm doing is I'm adducting my humerus to the midline of the body. If you guys have never tried a flap before, this is what this exercise is called. I like it single jointed. I attach the cuff right past my elbow, and then I just adduct. The problem with this exercise is that the lateral instability is a little bit atrocious, but it's okay. It's my only option. So the point of these micro plates is that I'm always gunning to make progress. Every session I progress in every single one of my lifts. Last time I got 33 and a half added on top of the stack for 6 reps at 0 reps in reserve. And this time I'm gonna gun for 34 at least 6 reps and 0 reps in reserve again to ensure that I make progress. A lot of people ask me why I hold shin guards, or I have shin guards. It's just for padding. I use one as like a Bluetooth D handle. It's like something to hold on to while I'm doing my sets, so my arm isn't just hanging there. And I find that it gives me 1 to 2 extra reps. So extremely helpful. Let's get started. That was a really good set. My left side is weaker than my right side, so I start with my left side to even out the imbalance. But we made progress, so that's really good. So a lot of people will ask how long rest time should be, and the answer really is going to vary from person to person, because the whole point of resting is to lower your perception of effort. So you fail a set because you reach your maximum tolerable perception of effort. And so you want to do everything you can in between sets to lower that perception of effort by bringing your heart rate back to normal. That's the best way to put it, or to the resting rate. But the longer the rest, generally the better. You can't really rest for too long. So here we go. I feel like I'm all good now, so we're gonna get started. All right. Last session, I got 7 reps at 0 reps in reserve. So let's try to, with 39. This time we have 40. We're gonna gun for 7 reps at 1 rep in reserve, or 0. I'd be okay with that. Progress every single session. Let's go. That's not on tight. Okay. So I have 9 reps at like maybe 2 in reserve. Oh man. I care a lot about the hypertrophy of my spinal erectors. I think they add a lot of thickness to your back, even though they're not a superficial muscle. The latissimus sits above the spinal erectors, or the erector spinae, in the back. And so obviously the lats are going to contribute more to that thicker look in the back, especially in the lower lats, or god damn it, I forgot the terminology. But the iliac lats, that's what it's called. But because the iliacs sit above the erectors, but obviously the erectors are still going to play a part, even though they're not a superficial muscle. A lot of people will say you don't need to train them directly, but that's just purely situational. This setup is kind of ridiculous and not practical for most people, which is understandable. Basically, I'm just training the sole function of the erectors in an isotonic movement by extending my spine, so spinal extension. Shooting for 5 reps at least. Seatbelt as tight as possible, padding in place. And as you can see, I can't flex my hips, which is a good thing. Here we go. 5 reps. So the gain on my mic has been set way too high for the past couple sets. I'm not going to bother you guys with that footage. I'm just going to slap it at the end. You guys can watch it if you want. But I'm going to lower the gain and see how this sounds. New mic, apologies. Last time we got 235 for 5 reps at 1 rep in reserve. This time we're going for a 237.5 at least for 5. So here we go. Oh my God. Before I move on to chest, I like filling up my electrolytes, or taking in some electrolytes, because again, my chest is my weak point. I want to be as fresh as possible. So this is where I put the liquid IV into the shaker, and I drink a little bit of it. I drink like maybe a quarter of it right now. In this chest movement, we're completely eliminating the usage of triceps and biceps. So like the first tier of chest exercises will be a press. And in a press, you're heavily involving triceps due to elbow extension and front delts due to shoulder flexion. Or actually, front delts are a synergist for horizontal adduction, but this is going to be purely horizontal adduction. That's going to be our brace arm of the working arm here, which is going to be attached to a single carabiner. And in this movement, and if you notice, the cuff is going to be above the elbow joint, so there's going to be no moment for elbow extension, or it's not going to be loaded. So you're taking out your triceps out the equation and your biceps. And horizontally adducting. Top set today is going to be full stack and 12. Last time I got full stack and 11.5
for 6 reps at 0 reps in reserve. So this time we're aiming for 6 reps at 0 reps in reserve again. Okay, 6 reps, here we go. 12 on this, 11 and a half last time I got for 5 at 1 rep from reserve. Perfect. Last time I got 4, failure at 5, so this time I'm aiming for 5. Okay, that was good. All right, here we go, 6 reps. Here we go. I haven't regressed on a single set today. Let's load up 12 and a half. Hopefully we get 6 at 1 rep in reserve. I'd be happy with that. Eight reps at 0 reps in reserve, and I did plus 1.5 pounds. That's fucking solid, dude.
So I'm gonna go out there and do my 20,000 steps, and that's gonna conclude my full day of training. Thank you for watching, and comment if you have